YouTube, how we doing? Pass the prop back here yet again, talking some MLB action. Joined as always by my guy Sue. How you doing, dude?
Doing good. Can't complain. Obviously, first time on here this week. We didn't end up getting together on Monday, so it feels a little bit weird there. But I'm excited. We got a great slate today. I woke up early thinking, I have to get to work on a huge early slate, and there really isn't much. We got like 2 or 3 games, starting in about 10 minutes or so. So plenty of late slate stuff to talk about. I'm excited to dive into it.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how it keeps happening, but we keep getting fought on the slate, which I love. Every show, dude. I'm baffled by how well we time it up. So, because I believe the last show had him on too, and I was fading him in this as well. So, all right, let's get through a quick recap. We've got some games to talk about. We'll go to yours first.
Sounds good. Taylor Ward over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. The only thing, I believe this was what was this, Thursday or Friday? Because Friday was 4th. We might have actually done it the day before.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe it was my only one that day, and it was an easy cash. I think he had a triple, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I sent you a text because I had him in DFS on a very low-owned Angels stack against Sugano in there, so that was nice.
Yeah, so shout out Taylor Ward. He got the job done. It's exactly what we talked about. Everyone else on the team was priced way up, and Ward was just kind of sitting there at minus 110. So got the job done. Cash nice and easy for us.
Yes, sir. And mine was a little sweaty. Giants over 8, minus 125. I was feeling good. Got to 8 in the 7th, 8th inning, I think it was. And then Cal Marte didn't need to do it. But he hits a homer off Robbie Ray as Robbie Ray goes for the complete game, and kind of crushes it a little bit. So Ketel Marte actually screwed me over the night before by hitting a homer because he hit a 2-run homer off Camilo Duvall, and that's why I was talking about the bullpen being used and having a little bit quicker leash. But Robbie Ray went the whole game and luckily gave up a bomb in the last inning because yet again Brandon Pfaadt is just ass, bro. So we love that. And he cashed us on that side. I think he gave up 4 runs. I was getting pissed because he hit his strikeouts. He hit everything else. But obviously, for me, I didn't care that day. That was the only way I played him. I played it pretty heavy, the Giants, on the over 8, and that's pretty much all I played in that game. So huge cash in that last inning.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes got to be a little sweaty. Sometimes it makes it a little bit more fun, but got the job done, fading some of our favorite guys. It's been a pretty good strategy. So applaud you for picking the right way to do it. You got to mix it up sometimes, got to get creative, and it worked out with the total, which I don't think we've had many totals, but I think you're like 2-0 or something.
Yeah, I don't do them very often outside of, doing my like long shot 20-1 top game score, but other than that, yeah, I'm usually pretty held back there on those. But, yeah, we cash them both, and we move up to 17 units again. We keep cashing in, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again today as we move into a pretty big slate. Obviously, the Brewers are kicking off in 9 minutes, faced off against Glasnow. League's always better when Glasnow's pitching. He's a fun guy to watch, happy he's healthy. Hopefully, obviously, everything goes well there. But Big Miz, man, shit was crazy last night. I had a couple buddies at the game. I didn't get to. I worked a little later, but it had sand volleyball, so I had to get that shit in. I had to take down the number 2 team in the thing, so we're cooking right now, dude. I think we're like 7-0, bro. So we're just heating up at the right time.
Hey, it's just like March Madness, right? Don't let us get hot, Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy, and my body's just so fucking broke from this weekend, bro. That shit sucked so fucking bad, dude. Like. That shit was so hard, man. It was like 80. So, like, we start at 7. So, the first, 8 miles, I was chilling. I was just cooking. We're good. Then the sun comes up at, 8:30, 8 o'clock, right? We're, because obviously we were shooting for under, 230, right? I think we ended up being, 220, whatever it was. But that sun, dude, just fucking cooked me. I was wearing black shoes. I was out on it was on concrete because we were you're on the water, so it's fine with the wind. And then we had one straightaway, 1.5 miles with no water stops, no shade. You just gotta fucking eat it, and it was the worst experience ever, bro. It sucked. I'm like, all right, I'm like, my wife tapped out too. I'm like, we're gonna walk this last little quarter, and then we can run when it's in the shade. But I'm like, holy shit, how people do that shit for fun is beyond me. That was definitely a little harder than I expected.
Hey, you checked it off the list though. You got it done. You know, I mean, that's more than most people can say. So hey,
Yeah,
congrats.
yeah, yeah.
Even if
Congrats for
that's
feeling like shit for the next 3 days. Yeah, that's
yeah, yeah. Hey, you got it done though. Are you gonna do any more in the future, or you think
I
you're
don't know.
that's
I have to really want to do it. I don't know if I really want to do it, but I mean, just to say I did it, I maybe one more, but just like it wrecks you for like a couple days, dude. Like I was like Achilles, like right down there. I felt like KD, bro. Just like fucking like, couldn't walk. I'm like, I get out of bed. I'm like, fuck, dude. I can't even like move. Like, but I also don't have anywhere close to like a runner's body at all. So like, I'm fucking short legs, dude. I'm not the. I just I was supposed to stop heavy lifting like 4 weeks ago, and I just said, fuck it. I'm not going to stop lifting heavy. So that obviously didn't help. Um, probably at all. That probably made that so much worse.
Didn't quite take the optimal route.
No. So I'm paying for that still today, but hey, we're good. At least it's done with, and we get to talk some baseball today. So, Stu, let's look at. We'll go 4-10 and after. So that's the Tigers Rays game. Every game after we'll kind of have on our options here. But what game's catching your eye here today?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them. I mean, there's a lot of like good, I feel like batter prop opportunities today. I'll pick the one though that I'm not really going to talk about as much though. One of our other fade gods that's going to get overshadowed by like Sugano and Fod all being on the slate is Elder in the little nightcap right there with the Athletics. I think that should be a pretty solid ending to the night, as well as just that Diamondbacks Padres will probably be dual streaming them, to end the night right there. But I think a couple, what do you call it, Athletics guys might be a little bit sneaky in the home run department. Elder's just been getting hit hard, and obviously a couple Athletics fit the profile. So might talk about that a little bit in the long shot portion at the end, but I think that should be a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I had that as an option for the stuff for the show because I already bet that this morning in a parlay, a bought down option with, of course, Brandon Pfaadt. But the line's just getting hammered, dude. It's at 10.5 now. I got an 8.5 at like minus 220. It's now 8.5 minus like 275, and just I'm not playing that. I can't buy it. I can't do that on the show, unfortunately. But that's why I do it early. All right, that's why people are in your Discord and people are buying me too, so you can get those right away because those lines get hammered, dude. They get hammered quick.
No, I agree. There are multiple hits, runs, RBIs in that game, and a couple other that have already kind of moved like crazy, So it is what it is, but that's also, we still got some other stuff to go as well.
Yeah, I guess for me, obviously, I can talk about. We can talk about Fott. I'm be loving to talk about him in a little bit, but obviously, like fading him, going down the list, dude. I'm just surprised at how well the Guardians have done in this series. The Guardians have been dog shit all year offensively, and now it takes facing Hunter Brown to light up somebody like quite possibly the number one pitcher in baseball right now. Him and Skubal have been like numbers wise. If you just took the names off them, Hunter Brown could have had a better season going right now than him, and they just lit him up, bro, like crazy. So, yeah, I got. I don't even know in that one, but I also like fading Kyle Hendricks, and you get him at home against Kumar Rocker. Both of them I'm good with fading. So Kumar Rocker, this game for the Angels it screams long shot potential because Kumar Rocker is either going to give up fucking 8 nukes tonight and just get shelled, or he's going to strike out 9 of these guys. Like, I don't see a way that there's an in between. Like, could he just walk everybody and be out of there in 3 innings? Sure, but damn, dude, like this game just screams long shot game for me. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's kind of where I get to when the series comes around.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't bet Kumar Rocker at all this year. Like he had everyone was real hyped for him at first. It was like a big deal, and I feel like I got burned on strikeouts once or twice, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. And then he had a good little solid start or two in there, but he's just been too inconsistent, like you said. I mean, I'm really concerned about the 3 innings. He walks 5 people, gives up a bomb, and is out of there. So. I don't know. But I agree. I would definitely lean overs with both of those pitchers on the mound, and probably homers in particular.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, we've seen long shots already hit in that series, right? The Rangers smoke them yesterday, 14 runs. You could have cashed in on so many different ways. Go the game before, the total was 7.5, and that game ended up at 14 with DeGrom on the mound and Kikuchi.
Yeah.
I mean, could this be the game where we just see a bunch of strikeouts again? I know, obviously, Eovaldi shoved last night on them. So, again, it's just full of long shots, in my opinion, on those games. But we get to head into tonight. All right, so you ready to get going? I think we got 12 guys in here so far. If you guys hit the like button, that'd be appreciated. And kick it over to Stu.
Sounds good. Just gave it a little retweet over on Twitter. We're good to go. I got Colt Keith and I got Luis Arias, the king of hit parlays, combined -126. DraftKings and Caesars are going to be the two that have this one right here. I mean, Arias is the really simple one. He's a little bit more, juiced for good reason. Obviously, that's the fought matchup. You get a guy that's first percentile in XBA, XERA versus one of the best contact hitters in the game. It screams Arias. And we just talked about lines moving. I even still bet a little bit hits, runs, RBIs at -150. I know it's a little juiced up. You can parlay it with fought no win to get a better price as well. But I think Arias should definitely be a 2.5 guy today. And in some spots, it's moved up already, but I believe DraftKings, I might be wrong. One spot has an off-market number that I would still play, and offshore books like BetOnline do as well. So yeah, I like Arias a lot today. I think it's probably a multiple hit game as well. You're not going to get a good price on that either. It's +100, but I think he's just going to do a Arias thing. Colt Keith, I think, is the guy that we're getting a good price on. Another guy that, once again, I played some hits, runs, RBIs. It moved up a little bit, but the hit price still sticks out, especially when you look at the rest of this lineup. The archetype of pitcher that I've targeted in every batter prop today is the same. It's guys that attack the strike zone. They have a low ball percentage. They don't walk people very often, and they don't strike a lot of people out. And when we look at it, I actually love the Tigers today against Littell. This is a guy that he's solid. He's a good fourth pitcher. I feel like he'll get innings. He'll, he doesn't walk guys. He doesn't really strike guys out. He's just a solid, good pitcher. But he gives you opportunities to get hits. And this team just saw him 2 weeks ago. I was up in Michigan when it happened. I watched the game. They just saw him. And I always like that for the lineup in general when you literally just played against a guy. Colt Keith did not get off to the hottest start this year. He's a young guy. He's only 23, 24. But since the start of June, so now we got a good month and a half sample size, he's been awesome. Literally awesome. 320 average, 150 WRC plus. He's just been above average pretty much everywhere. The slugging has been surprisingly really good, especially against righties. When I went to look at Baseball Savant and kind of look at how he matched up with opposing right-handed pitchers and specifically Littell's pitch mix, he's going to be relying on the slider as his number one pitch, the four-seamer, and the splitter. Those are going to be really 90% of the pitches he's going to be seeing tonight. Littell, he has 8 bombs on the season. 7 of them are against the lefty slider, the righty slider or four-seamer. So 7 of his 8 homers just on the season already are against 2 of those pitches, or the 2 of the top 3 pitches from right-handers. Splitter's obviously a little bit tougher. He had solid results against it last year, not so good this year. But we're talking about 20 at-bat sample sizes. It's pretty hard to get solid data off of that. But overall, this is a guy that's been consistently for a month, 320 hitter. He has a hit in 9 of his last 10. He's the best recent form of any guy on the team, over 400 in his last 30, over 440 in his last 15. He's hitting the ball really well, and he's going to get an opposing pitcher that's not going to walk guys, that's going to give him a favorable pitch mix, and he's going to throw strikes. And that's all you can ask for with batter props, especially with guys hitting pretty well. So It's the same thing with all these guys, Sugano, Fat, like they're worse versions 100%, but I just want strike throwers and I want guys that'll give you opportunities to get on base. Both pitchers are going to do that here, and I like both hitters matchups a lot. So a little bit juicy here for a hit parlay, but I really like the combo.
Yeah, Koki's been okay for me. I've never been like the biggest fan, but obviously you talk about, it's all about matchups. Just playing the matchups, making sure that we're getting the guys that we want in those spots, and obviously you went pretty in depth on those as well. So I got no issues. This Tigers team, I can never get them right, bro. I can never get them right.
Yeah.
So,
well, and they're like winning games, not scoring that much either. You look at like their totals, and it's like, how are they winning all these games? But obviously, the pitching has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm always just worried because they do a lot. They do a lot of that shit with the pinch hitters and everything too, because they're so good against lefties. Because they have so many good right-handed bats, and then it's like, oh shit. So then, do I get screwed here? Do I not? That's just been my experience. Obviously, all your guys could be very different than mine, but yeah, that's just the way I always think about it because they kind of get me once in a while when they don't do those.
Them and the Rays have been the two that really can fuck you with the pinch hitting. But I will say I did look at that pretty closely. He's been good this last month. They haven't been doing it. I think when he starts being less good, they'll start doing it more. I think that's generally how it works. But I agree. It is always, once you get to like the 7th and they switch up to a lefty specialist, you don't always send your 23-year-old lefty out there, especially when you got a good bench. So it is always a factor. But I think part of why it's a pretty solid price as well.
For sure. And where else would I go? I don't even know. Is there even another way to go? I gotta have to do it. So I'm gonna be rolling with Chris Bubich here as my parlay piece to the fade god here, and that is god awful Brandon Pfaadt, dude. This dude is so shit, dude. Like, my God. And like I said, I think I was the conductor of the Brandon Pfaadt fade train, sitting there in my thing, just sitting in the front seat. I think this is probably my 7th straight game fading him. And I've had 5 very, very good results. So, very much, you don't get guys that you could just find and they're just automatic, right? He's a young guy, so they're going to keep trying to trot him out there. But, 13% barrel, 50% hard hit. His whiff rate is shit. He's got a 19% K rate. He's got a 6.5 expected ERA, a 3.12 expected batting average. This dude's getting hit around. Like, that's as easy as it gets. He gets hit around. Plus, you're facing a team that's probably going to strike out twice. I already have the under on strikeouts as a play already as well. So it's like, this is a terrible matchup. Absolutely terrible matchup for him. Padres really don't walk either outside of Machado. Machado's been really the main guy who's getting all the walks. I looked at it, and Cronenworth's now walking. You look down the list, Arias never walks. The fucker just hits everything. Whenever he gets to those 2-strike counts, I feel like he just wants to start in a 2-strike count on those. So I really like the Pfaadt hit slot. Obviously, it's very juiced. That's why I'm having it with a parlay. And I'm going to roll with Bubich. This is a game, like, I'm very skeptical of Bubich. Always have been. I've not been the biggest fan, but there are games where it just matches up, right? And this is that game. This is the Pirates, who have been absolutely dreadful against lefties. They have a 78 WRC plus. That is only 4 better than the Rockies, who obviously are historically bad. This is a terrible team. Then you go to strikeouts. Pittsburgh is 4th highest in strikeouts with a 23.7% K rate. My thing is this Pirates team against lefties is going to roll out, my guess before the lineup comes out, 7 to 8 righties against Bubich. And just checking out what Bubich here is, it's just absurd. He has 91 total batters faced against lefties, 327 against right-handed bats. So obviously this isn't new, right? This isn't new for him to see that. 26% K rate at home so far this year, which is a little bit better. But my biggest thing is he just dominates right-handed bats. And it's because he's got a fucking wipeout changeup at 39% whiff rate. Lefty, righty on that, right? Those are the best. Those are the absolute best for those changeups. So far this year, he actually strikes out more righties than lefties. 26.6% K rate against against righties, 22% against lefties. In my opinion, we're probably seeing one, right? Because you get O'Neal Cruz to flip, right? He'll switch, right? Brian Reynolds, he'll flip. And you get like Canario, Joey Bart, Kiner Falefa. But you go down this list, dude, it's all righties. And those are the guys that I want, right? This is the guys he's used to seeing. You're throwing 75% of your at-bats against a certain side. You're going to figure out how to get them out, or your ass is down in the minor leagues, bro. So this dude's facing 75% of them. He's figured out how to get them out. Specifically, like I said, against right-handed bats. This year, that changeup has a 39.2% whiff rate, 28% on his four-seamer, 28% on his sweeper. So this dude is getting a lot of swings and misses. Doesn't matter on what pitch. Obviously, the changeup 39% is his best one. But yeah, dude, I'm going all in. I love Bubic today, and I'm going to continue to fade this Pirates team to oblivion. I had Lugo yesterday, got fucking bad beat to shit there after took his 18.5 outs over at plus 140. Goes out for the seventh inning, first pitch nuke, and he comes out. I'm like, dude, you're still at 80 pitches. Why are we pulling him? I'm like, that's why the Royals are a poverty franchise, bro. That's right there. So.
Both those teams are. I mean, I mean, watching a Royals Pirates game gets you a baseball medal, like a true fan medal, because I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But I do like the look. Obviously, I do like fading that Pirates lineup, not watching them, but fading them. And then obviously Fod, we already kind of talked about why we like that so much. I played some 5 hits allowed with Sugano, 5 hits allowed as well. It's pretty juiced up. But you know,
what's the odds on that? That's got to be crazy, right? Because those guys they got to be at like 7, right? Their normal one.
Their Thought's kind of 5.5 juiced, and then Sugano's like 6.5 plus money or 5.5 juice. So 5 each was minus 150, which is definitely the highest I'd go. But those guys are like the peak guys for this market, So I paid the juice, and I also had Thought earn runs as well. So hoping they can both cash there.
Good stuff. Yeah, let's get a quick recap in here, and we'll figure out what we're doing for the rest.
Sounds good. We got a hit parlay going. Luis Arias, Colt Keith, 1+ hit each, minus 126 Caesars and DraftKings Sportsbook.
Awesome. I'll be rolling with Chris Bubic, 6Ks, spot 5 hits allowed at minus 103 over on DraftKings as well. I think one guy had a question about, are you taking them hits as singles? Do you bet I'm assuming is he asking if you're betting them to get a single or as individual bets?
I think he's just asking if I bet the singles market, which I don't really.
I don't. Fuck that, dude.
I think.
Can you imagine getting a hard hit and a guy just hustles out of the box and gets a double?
Well, there's a lot of factors, you can model, if you model really heavily and stuff, you can have probably a good edge on some of that stuff. But my problem is I think the market's kind of caught up. I was picking low hanging fruit at first when Luis Arias was minus 110 or plus 100 for single. He's not. He's minus 150, minus 165. So I feel like the market is matured enough. If there's low hanging fruit, I'll bet something occasionally, but that's not something I focus on. But I know people do.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just can't. I can't get myself to bet. The only thing I'll bet is doubles if I bet a guy to hit a homer. But guess what? I think I bet 2 home runs all year. I don't bet homers, bro. I just don't. I know a lot of people do, and I'm sure you see one of the 900 of their parlay home runs, bro. Fuck that. I can't do it.
Yeah. I bet straight home runs. I don't parlay them, or every once in a while round robin. But
round robins. I love round robins, but usually I just do that for UFC, long shots or something.
Yeah, same. Man, hey, we got some UFC this weekend. It sucks though, so we don't have to talk about that. But
send them to Nashville so everybody's all hammered by the time they go. It's gonna be so fucking dog shit.
They're not even gonna notice the main event's fucking Derek Lewis, but and some guy they've never heard of from Brazil. So that'll be fun.
All right, so you got any long shots here today for today's slate?
I do. I got a home run. Speak of the devil. I got a couple home runs. I played Riley Green earlier. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Nick Kurtz, home run, plus 350. he's a guy that the model loved. Like since his debut, when he was 900 the first couple of days, it showed him as the top result every single day. And it makes sense why. He has really good hard hit numbers. He has good launch angle numbers as well. He's not really – some guys hit the crap out of the ball right into the ground, and he's been pretty good at elevating, which is what you want when you're betting the home run market. Because if you're just going by like exit velos, a lot of the times it'll lead you to some of these guys that just consistently, Yandy Diaz, Vladdy, that just love the 110-mile-an-hour ground ball. You know what I mean? They just crush it into the ground. He's been pretty good at still posting those hard hit numbers. And yeah, Elder is mainly the angle here on the other side. Obviously, been awful, bottom 10 percentile in like every major category you want to look at. Expected batting average, expected ERA, hard hit rate. The homers, just the hard contact has been a big problem for him. And Kurtz, like when you look at what he has done in a short sample size, his highest expected slugging numbers all come against Elder's top 3 pitches. So I just think it's a good matchup. Kurtz has some good recent form. He's been hitting the ball hard recently, and I'm looking for guys that are going to do that against Elder. Obviously, Rooker is a good one as well, but he's in the 2s, like 280s in a lot of books as well. Not great value there. So I think there's going to be some action in that one. I'm playing a couple homers today. Got Riley Green, like I said, as well. And even I saw my boy James Wood is up near plus 600 against a contact-oriented pitcher. I mean, I'll probably take a little bite of that as well. So a couple good spots. The weather's warm. Let's get the ball flying today, you know?
Yeah, well, we will be exact opposites here. You're taking runs. I'm taking some pitchers today. I'm going to roll with Bubich, Giolito, 8K parlay at plus 880. Fuck, I hate Giolito.
Oh,
I hate him.
Oh,
you know who I hate more? Fucking Rockies.
That's true.
They are so bad, dude. Brian Bayo is worse than Giolito. I don't care what anybody says. You can say projection. You can say, oh, he'll be better in time, like he's a young guy. I don't care about 3 years from now. I care about right now. And do I think Giolito sucks? Yes. But that's not what we're asking for. All I'm asking you to do is literally go up against the worst team in the history of MLB history and dice them like freaking Brian Bales. He's throwing just straight sinkers, dude. Right? Like the pitch that you want contact on. And he is whiffing these guys. Like 21% K rate, I know for Giolito isn't anything spectacular. I get it. Yada, yada, yada. But he does still have the slider at 26% whiff rate. Should be able to get all those lefties with the changeup. Has been much better lately, but that's why I only do long shots with guys like these. Like, I would take the long shots on the fucking team total for the Rockies, too. Like, I think Giolito's that bad. But after watching Brian Bayo throw, like, 70% sinker on these dudes in whiff, 10? What do you have, 10, 11? Complete game? Almost complete game shutty until the 9th inning? Fuck, dude. Like, that was eye-opening to me. Because I think I would like Ryan Bale, in my opinion, is not anywhere close to like MLB ready. Like he's still a lot of shit to figure out. But you're telling me a guy went out there with an 18% K rate. That's after that outing, by the way. So that means it was probably like 15. And he shoved on you for 9 innings with double-digit Ks, and now we're going to go to a guy like Giolito who's had swing and miss stuff in the past, has had high strikeout games in the past. I don't know, man. It's hard for me not to play Giolito today, even though I hate the guy. I've literally fade him so much, but oh god, this Rockies team is bad. It's so bad.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You make an intriguing argument, you know, because Giolito, like if you've watched him play this year, you're like, this guy, like he's so hit or miss, but it's been a lot of miss. You know what I mean? But
a lot of hits against.
yeah. But you nailed it. The Rockies are the team. Like they are the team. Like it's insane. If you John Anderson, the guy that runs the newsletter that I write for, he put out a tweet that like factored the 10 best starts of the year this year. Legitimately, 6 of them were against the Rockies. Like 6 of the 10 best starts in baseball this year. When you look at runs allowed, strikeouts, dominance in general, like this team, they get dominated by everybody. You know what I mean? It's not intimidating at all. So if anyone can do it, it's Giolito. And Giolito, he's had some good games in his day. You know what I mean? We've seen peak Giolito as well. It's not like he's a total bum. It's just like
just sometimes or 90% of the time.
Well, recently, you know what I mean? But sometimes it takes a team like the Rockies to bring you back to the good old days. And like you said, it's a long shot kind of play. You wouldn't really want to just be playing Giolito, at minus 150 or something like that. But getting some long shot action, I can get behind that.
Yeah, dude. I think Giolito's straight bet line is 7 strikeouts at plus 100.
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
that's how bad the Rockies are, guys. Like, yeah. So leave that as it is. But yeah, we're gonna play with that. I'm only gonna play 0.2 because obviously plus 800, we should be making decent money anyway on those. But yeah, Stu. Anything else from you before we head out today?
Not really. The only other thing I'll say is we haven't been on here since the Nationals firings all happened. And I saw our new GM. He put out some statements, the interim guy. A lot of it was based on spending, more at the minor league level, on analytics, on scouting and stuff. So I'm hopeful. It's going to be a rough end to the year, obviously. Firing a fucking GM and all that 1 week before the draft is kind of insane. I don't think we've ever seen anything like in recent memory like that, So I'm hoping that means someone is circled. The what's the kid the lefty that's supposed to go number 1? Is it
Anderson from LSU?
I saw he got steamed to minus 250 to be the first round pick this morning. So I will say, yeah, I'm not an MLB draft expert or anything. I did play a little Ethan Holiday at plus 220 just because for so long he's been so connected there. And I think people are thinking Washington wants to rush someone up to the big leagues and Anderson's more big league ready, to try to compete quicker. But I also think it's kind of bullshit to think what these guys are going to do when they just randomly fired everyone and are panicking. So at 220, it feels closer to a coin flip to me. And he's been the consensus the whole time. So I figured I'd throw that in there. Not an expert. I really don't know shit, to be completely honest, about how good any of these guys are. But it's just following the market, and trying to keep up with that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for the future, though. Hopefully whatever one we get is really good,
Yeah, I will not bet the MLB draft. I just won't do it. That not saying I don't know all the guys. I do know a lot of the guys. I could probably tell you a lot about them, but the fact that you can just have a guy that is worse, that will be less of your money, so you can spend more on the international pool. That's just that's what's up. Like Jackson Holiday was not the number 1 player in that draft, right? I'm pretty sure that was a draft with Drew Jones. Drew Jones was the best player in that draft in terms of prospects. Like he was consensus, I thought easily number 1. But Holiday, I'm pretty sure, took less money as the number 1, so they could spend more internationally. And obviously they've been crushing it. Obviously Baltimore, but that's what I'm saying. It's unless you're taking long shots. So that's why I don't mind what you said with the plus money one, because I would just never take a minus 110 draft ever. Don't do it. It's just there's too many variables. These guys, they'll give a guy who shouldn't go to the 3rd round, first round money, and then they'll try to get those high schoolers in the 3rd round and give them first round money, right? That's what the Brewers did with Terang, because they had to give them so much fucking money to get him to not go to school, right? So they gave him a way bigger signing bonus than anybody else, even though he was a 20th pick. He got paid as a 15th pick, right? So just that's what makes it tough, man. That's what makes it tough betting the MLB draft, because it's very not always the best player that goes, right? It's not even the best fit. It's just okay. We need to piece all these together. We got 30 rounds. I need a little extra cash later on to do it. So just it's so hard, dude. It's like a big ass puzzle, and I don't like puzzles. I fucking hate them. So.
There you go. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of bullshit around it, but it does look like both of them will sign for roughly the same amount. That's what the rumors are right now. But we obviously don't know that, and we don't know the inner, communication and stuff. Because you're right, a lot of strings get pulled to get guys to places depending on the money and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But I think there are 2 clear favorites. I think it should be closer to minus 110-ish. So hoping to make a couple bucks there. But like I said, it's not like the NBA draft where you really root for someone to go, because these guys are going to be in your starting lineup next year. It's we got a little bit to go. I have no clue who's going to be better out of these guys. So it's just hopefully we spend more money on scouting and analytics and all that bullshit. Apparently the Nationals are like last and all that stuff, which is kind of insane. And that's part of the reason they kicked Rizzo out of there. So whoever gets Rizzo, they'll get a good one. Whoever gets Davey Martinez, my prayers are with you. It's going to be a long season if you sign that guy to be your head coach, like a long season. So maybe he'll be a bench coach or something. That seems, more likely. But if someone does, good luck. I am taking that win total under day fucking one, under, slamming it. So, just a couple words to close us off there.
Awesome. Well, I will let you know for Friday. I know I will be up north Friday, so I might still have my computer and everything. I should be okay on that. So it might be just a little bit, little different background, little different stuff. But yeah, just quick heads up because I think my sister's she's doing her like church ceremony because we're doing her weddings in actually a couple months in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
But this is like the church one that like you actually get all of the stuff for, and that's more of like the celebration. So like obviously it's my only sibling, so I gotta be there and setting up shit probably. So just quick heads up, might be moving around. Just make sure you follow us over on Twitter.
Yep. We'll figure it out. We'll get something out in some form or another. Just follow, leave a like, leave a comment if you got any questions, and hopefully we win some bets today.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. And keep tabs on stuff for Friday. We should be ready to roll. So have a good one, guys, and we'll catch you Friday.